So we thought that it would be fun to show you guys what our motorhome looks like when we travel. I know you got some sneak peeks here and there on our pictures and in the videos that we're filming here, but we thought it would be fun to kind of give you a little tour. So this here is our main living area and really the heart of our motorhome. This is where we spend most of our days. The dinette table is where we do our work, John and I, and also we eat our meals here obviously, and the kids play on it. So this is just really one of my favorite areas in our motorhome. If you're wondering what this is here, it's styrofoam insulation. We came up with it in the winter time when it was really cold. You know, in the past we used to have a curtain here. That's what the Class C's usually have, is a curtain to separate the cab away from your living quarters. But the curtain did nothing to stop the cold air coming through the cab because, you know, all the windows in the cab. And so John created this, which provided us with perfect insulation in winter. We had no more cold drafts coming in, and it also works really well in summer where we don't get the heat from the cab into our living quarters. And no, it's not always gonna look this shiny. We're having some ideas about how to make it blend in better, but it looks like this right now. In case you're wondering why this space is empty like this, well, you know, Class C's usually come with the bed over the cab, but we had no need for it. And so we decided that we would rather have the storage space instead. And so we cleared it all off, and we used to store stuff. In some of our older pictures, you can actually see some stuff being stored in that space. But we continuously are working on downsizing our possessions within the motorhome to make it more clean looking and not as crowded. And so we decided to just try and keep it off altogether. Right now there's stuff over here like all the camera equipment and our computers, but we usually try to keep it just clean and empty. Another reason why we're working on getting this area clear of stuff and not used for storage is because one day in the future, when we possibly have more kids that need to use the bed Sammy and Theo are using right now, John is going to remodel this whole area into a bed and sort of play area for Theo and for Sammy. So that's our thought. We want to make sure that we're not using that space for storage so that then it would be harder to give it up. We can just already have it ready. As you will see, and as you probably know, we're in the process of remodeling this motorhome to better suit our needs and to look nicer. We really want it to feel like home to us and not just a camper in which we live. And so John did amazing work painting all these walls and the cabinets. So they didn't come this way, they were just original wood color, and the whole settings for the motorhome were pretty dark wood. The original colors were dark, like brown, dark red, so it was pretty dark in here. And when we first came in after John painted this area, it was like, whoa, it just is so bright. So I love all the light and it just looked gorgeous. So this over here is a little kitchen. As you can see, we decided to do something crazy with the kitchen in that we wanted to add a splash of color. And John let me choose the color I liked, which is this teal. It is a little bright, but I think it works really well in this space. It's just enough color. I don't think it's too much, thankfully. I think if we added more on the cabinets, it would be a little too much. So you probably are wondering what this spot here is, this big hole in the wall. This is where our microwave used to be. Now, we don't need the microwave. And so since our space is so little in here, I really wanted John to take it out, and he's going to make a little shelf in here, so he's going to cover all those wires. And this is where we're going to keep our fruit bowls and maybe some extra kitchen stuff. So I'm looking forward to having that finished. Over here is our entryway area. Nothing too fancy, but we have some hooks for our coats and hats and stuff. And so this way you come into our sleeping quarters. So I know a lot of you are curious about how the boys sleep. We got this motorhome specifically for the bunkhouse it used to have over here. So it was just your regular bunk. But since we have little kids, the regular bunk that used to be here didn't work for our needs. And so John created this little crib up top here, and he created the whole front for it. He figured out how it could close up securely at the top, so our boys, because this used to be Sammy's bed before Theo was born, and so it really is secure here. It's still painted because John hasn't finished working on it, but in the future when we're done with the remodel, it's gonna be all white. So yeah, that's where Theo sleeps, right up top. I put him to bed and close these latches here so that he is safe and does not fall out. Even if he rattles the bars, he's really safe in there. And then this here is Sammy's bed. So when Theo was born and was old enough to sleep in his own bed up here, and Sammy got a bed down here, it used to be Sammy's playhouse before Theo was born. So Sammy slept up here, and here he had some toys in a little play area, but we had to change it out when we had Theo. On this side you see that our bathroom is in there. There's a little pantry cupboard, really tiny over here. So over here is the storage for kids' toys. So they have all their toys in these two bins here. As you can see farther down, there's also plastic bins storing our clothes and some little Legos and stuff like that. So this whole space over here used to be a big closet. It had, I think, drawers, set of drawers coming up to about here. They were really tiny and really shallow drawers, like you could hardly fit anything in it. And then the stuff space was an actual closet that had doors and you could hang your stuff. But it was such an inefficient use of this space because, you know, we have little kids and they have lots of clothes, and we have some clothes, and then, you know, we have stuff like diapers and things that we need to fit here. And so it was just feeling like we were wasting so much space with that closet and those shallow drawers that were really good for nothing. And so when we started thinking about remodeling this motorhome to better fit our needs as a family, we knew this closet had to go. It was like the first thing after putting a crib in up. This was the next big project. We were like, okay, this is just not working. It's taking up so much space, and we want to build something that's just perfect for what we need. So this setup, this whole setup over here on this wall that you see is temporary. John has designed a beautiful cabinet that will go in here, and so all of this will look much better and much different. It's just such a big project that we need to allot a bigger amount of time for it, so we're thinking maybe he'll start tackling it after we come back from our trip before winter. But for now this is functional and works pretty good. We're happy with how easy it is to access all our stuff. Over here you see our bedroom. Again, nothing fancy, but John did paint it, so it is much brighter now, and it feels just much nicer. It used to be so dark in here. Even with the light on, it just felt really, like, it always felt so dim no matter what lights you turned on. And so right now it's just so bright and nice, and so it just looks so much bigger too. I'm really happy with how it's turned out. John put some light blue over there to just add a little splash of color and make it more fun. And over here there used to be actually cabinets, overhead cabinets, all built in. But it was so hard to access our stuff in there because there was only a door on this side and a door on that side, and then all this space that was covered, so you actually had to like take out half of your stuff from the cupboard to access the stuff in the middle. So it was very impractical, and it just, I don't know, I didn't like it all. And so when John was doing the painting in here, I asked him if he could just go ahead and remove it. I'd rather have these bins that are really easy to access and take down, put our stuff in. They're more versatile than the cupboards that used to be here, and I think that it looks a lot better also, and it gives us this open space feel, which also makes it feel like there's more room in here, which, you know, motorhomes are really tiny inside, everything is so compact. Then any illusion of space that you can add to it, it's just awesome. So one thing that has been bugging me from the day we got this motorhome was the flooring. See, what you see here right now is the beautiful new flooring that John just put in a couple months ago, and it just made the whole space feel so much more luxurious, and it's really easy to clean, and I'm so happy with it. And if you look over here, you'll see exactly what the flooring used to look like in this motorhome. For some reason, the manufacturers of this motorhome thought that this color was very flattering. Well, let me tell you something. It just made the floor look dirty all the time. It's like you couldn't clean this thing because even clean, the color of it is such that it just looks dirty and scuzzy. And so, you know, this floor was just horrible, and I'm so grateful we can replace it with this nice floor. I mean, look at that. Doesn't it look just beautiful? So what you see here is the work in progress. John finished the entire motorhome except for this section of the bedroom. So as you can see, he's stripping up the old flooring and putting in the new. So when we get back home, this is gonna get finished and our entire floor will look like this. So this motorhome is fairly new. It's 2015 Winnebago Winnie Minnie. And you might be wondering, so why did you guys feel the need of doing all this work here? Repainting it, remodeling it, you know? And the answer is, it's because we live here. And it is our home, and we want it to feel like home to us. That's the painting and the decorating and different color scheme than what was originally here. And as far as remodeling and putting new cribs in and new cabinets and all that, it is because we want this motorhome to be fitted to our needs. We want to be able to live here comfortably, and we felt that the original stuff that was in here just wasn't quite matching up our needs. And so we are really happy with how this motorhome is shaping up. We're excited to have it finally done and completed. And once we do, we'll be sure to give you a tour of the finished motorhome. But right now, this is what it looks like, and we just wanted to show you guys around. So I hope you really enjoyed this little tour.